Well, good morning, 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 my friends. What is up? It's your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. I want to welcome you inside of this incredible video for today. So, if you've been following me, if you've been watching my morning Inspiración videos for any amount of time, you would know that what I do inside of those videos is I do a little bit of a preview into what I'm going to be talking about inside of the community of practice that I belong to. And again, it's just a little bit of a little preview of kind of what we do inside of the group. So what I decided to do inside of this video is I wanted to kind of give you a little bit more of an in-depth look at kind of what we do inside of our groups, kind of show you some of the slides that we actually use inside of our morning groups that meets at 10:30 a.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Standard Time. And just kind of go through the slides and just kind of show you an overarching, view of kind of what we do. All right. Oh, that rhymed. Okay. So let me kind of add this here. So, as I've talked about, the program and everything that we've been doing, that we've been watching, was pretty much prepared last year. So this is our program that was prepared in August of 2024. And it was originally prepared by Angus Wright, who is our incredible virtual team lead. And this program, for the purposes of today, as we are presenting it and showing it now, is prepared by myself. It's prepared by William Woolfolk, who's another one of our incredible facilitators, as well as Angus. So, just wanted to kind of show this is kind of one of our welcome slides and everything. And inside of here, we focus again on what's strong and not what's wrong. And I'll get to that in a minute. But this is kind of just our welcome to our virtual and in-person circle of practice. And again, it's prepared by Angus Wright, who is our virtual program team lead. And you're able to actually get in touch with all of us via email at virtual@centersforopportunity.org. And I am pretty much the person that you would normally get in touch with. When you email virtual@centersforopportunity, it goes to moi. So just want to let y'all know that. So this was our Monday group. So this was our Monday Tranquil Voices group. And one of the quotes I love by Angus is practice makes peer fit. Again, these are peer support related virtual groups. So there's an opportunity. So peers in our circle of practice have an opportunity to discuss their ideas on recovery topics and support one another in planning for the week ahead. And your feedback and evaluations are valuable. So please consider participating in this group to include your voice in our community of practice. So this is, again, as I said, what we are always asking ourselves in these groups, what's strong? So in 1997, a community of peers developed wellness recovery concepts based on self-determination and lived experience. And then WRAP's evidence-based 5 keys, WRAP, which stands for the Wellness Recovery Action Plan, which are hope, personal responsibility, education, self-advocacy, and support. So SAMHSA's wellness initiative, SAMHSA is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. Their wellness initiative encourages us to embrace the multi-dimensions of achieving longevity and improved quality of life. And the dimensions are emotional, spiritual, intellectual, physical, environmental, financial, occupational, and social. So inside of these groups, this is an opportunity to create your own recipe for your own personal wellness. And what we do is we always talk about, kind of attaching an action. So an action I'm attaching to my wellness today is, okay. And for the purposes of this video, I will say an action I'm attaching to my wellness today is doing this video for everybody. This helps to contribute to this is something that helps to contribute to my wellness today. So this is an invitation for you. We talk about how this hour is an opportunity to be present, being mindful, and to attach an action by writing, doodling, creative reflection, engaging in participation, and practicing unconditional high regard for ourselves and for each other. And we have an agenda that we normally have during the day. Our goal agenda is we do a welcome and housekeeping. We then have our first song for inspiración, or song for inspiration, which again is just an opportunity to reflect on today or to journal. We then have check-ins and reflections since the last time we met. We then get into our sharing perspectives and affirmations portion of our program. We then have our second song for inspiración, song for inspiration. And then we kind of have a checkout and an action plan. Again, as I talked about, we attach an action. So we talk about what is going to be our action for the rest of the day. All right. So this is our virtual practice schedule back from August of 2024, as I said. And this schedule pretty much now looks the same. The one things that we do focus on are the fact that we do not have the financial fitness group anymore. We no longer do the Choices Trauma Informed 12-Step Peer Support Group at 7 p.m. on Wednesday anymore either. Yet we are still connected with the organization that hosts this group. I think this calendar is something that has really not changed at all. All of our afternoon groups are at one single time now at 2:00 on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays as well. So again, we have programming 6 days a week, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evenings. All right. So one of the things we're focusing on, especially inside of August, is our weekly self-care action plan. So you may choose to keep track of your progress this week by keeping track of the time you spend in groups, meetups, connecting with others, and doing anything you consider to be self-love or self-care. And, be creative. Add a check mark, word, symbol, or other marking to show when you did something for the sake of having a better day tomorrow. So again, this is just an example of little check marks you can make. Like a little apple or a pineapple or a carrot. Whatever you'd like to use. When it comes to your self-care. All right. So, and with that also being said, you can have some like a practice progress tracker. Let's say you decide to come to one of our groups and everything. You can write down the group that you come to, the date you attended, and kind of then how you felt afterwards. All right. So as I had talked about, again, we have opportunities to practice in our peer circle of practice. We have our 5 daily morning groups, Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our afternoon, and we have actually 3 afternoon groups on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have our weekly evening groups on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7, which I host, by the way. We have our monthly evening groups, the second and fourth Friday at 7 p.m. And we do not have our monthly financial skills group anymore. So, yeah. Let's see. So, one of the things we always definitely like to go over inside of group is our supporting ourselves and Zoom courtesy. This has now been since called our community determined safety agreement. So because of the circumstances in our lives, many people may have developed issues with trust, and they may be worried about their safety in the group. So we can help relieve some of our concerns or worries by developing a group safety contract right away, even before we introduce ourselves. And we'll expect everyone to abide by the safety agreement, including all of our facilitators. So the question is, what do you need to feel safe in group or in groups? So new items can be added to the safety contract whenever necessary. So please indicate if you wish to add something to our agreement at the beginning of each meeting and include any modifications we would like to make. So at present, our community determined safety agreement says that this is a safe and respectful space. We're here to support one another. It's also a confidential space. What happens here stays here. Sharing is voluntary and about ourselves. So we choose to participate only using I statements from our own lived experience. One person shares at a time to avoid speaking over one another. If you're on Zoom, mute when you're not speaking, being mindful of your video use as well, and share links with facilitators before publishing them publicly. It's also about being aware of the judgment of others. So no teasing or making fun of someone based on our assumptions. Okay. And crosstalk. Please refrain from crosstalk in the chat box as well as in person in order to be considerate of the experiences of others. So normally what I would do at this time actually is I would put the question of what do you need to feel safe in group in the chat box. All right. I would actually, put that in the chat box, or, one of the other facilitators would do it. But I would also ask, we normally pause right here and ask, does anyone need anything to feel safe in groups? People can answer verbally, or they can actually answer in the chat box. We also encourage, if people want to be able to, put their answers and everything in chat, inside of the chat box as well. All right. So, um, again, we talk about this being, a supportive environment. So we talk about 5 ways to get support. So we use the chat box to connect with any of the co-facilitators or the host. You all can send a private message to the host to seek a one-on-one support session as available. Stay after group for any additional support as well. If you're like logging into the group, in person, connect with a member of staff at one of the local centers for opportunity. And then you can also email hello me at virtual@centersforopportunity.org to explore any further support options. All right. So as I said, yes, I am pretty much behind our virtual email and everything. Any important emails, all of our important emails and everything are shared within our virtual team, which includes myself, Will Folk, as I talked about at the beginning, and then Angus Wright, who's our virtual program team lead. All right. So at this point, what we would do is we'd get into our first song for inspiración, our first song for inspiration. And again, it's an opportunity to be present, be mindful, and to attach an action by writing, doodling, creative reflection, engaging in participation, and practicing unconditional high regard for ourselves and for each other. All right. So it again is also just a time, so you may choose to use this time to reflect on how you might check in with the group in a way that reflects your own empowered wellness journey. Because right after the video here, right after we listen to our first song for Inspiración, we have our check-in. So again, this is an opportunity for an optional and voluntary check-in and mindfulness practice. And there are prompts kind of on this page. So I can actually go through some of these prompts just as a little bit of an example here. So my name is Seth. My pronouns are he and they. A way I show kindness to myself and others. I think for me, it is really just by paying attention to what's going on inside of my body. I've always, really talked about and believed in, the body and mind connection. And I find if something, doesn't really feel too good, some maybe going on inside of my body, that may mean, something, maybe off for me hello, emotional, financial, hello, emotionally as well. Okay. So I always kind of like to definitely explore that. It's definitely a way I show kindness to myself. Support I can offer others is, as always, non-judgment, empathy, and also always a listening ear. Support I could use from others today is pretty much the same. Definitely always non-judgment, listening, and patience and tolerance as well. If I were to give words of encouragement to the group, I'd say, my babies, don't quit before the miracle happens. Find ways to keep moving forward. All right. That's what I would say. All right. So we then kind of go into what I like to call the meat and potatoes of our program. And this is, as I said, this is the kind of opportunity and the time where we start sharing perspectives and our affirmations. All right. So so for this one, it says life humbles you. As you grow old, you stop chasing the big things and start valuing the little things. Alone time, enough sleep, a good diet, long walks, and quality time with loved ones. Simplicity becomes the ultimate goal. Master nobody. And this is from tinybuddha.com. And then our daily affirmation is I am at peace with my past and excited for what the future holds. I am filled with gratitude for the love and support I receive. I'm constantly attracting positive energy and good vibes. I am in a state of constant growth and self-improvement. And then my invitation is I am filled with gratitude for the present moment. That's what I would say. So next up, a relationship means you come together to make each other better. It's not all about you, and it's not all about them. It's all about the relationship. Support them in their dreams and vision just as much as you would expect them to support you. Make each other better. Challenge each other to go beyond average. Pull out the greatness from within each other. Make sure they can find their biggest fan in you, and you can find yours in them. It's from an unknown author. The daily affirmation is I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. I'm grateful for another day of life. I overcome my fears by getting out of my comfort zone. I trust myself to make the right decisions. I allow myself to make mistakes as they help me grow. And my invitation would say, I am resilient and always learning from my mistakes. So, next up, we have please keep looking, not for a person, but for your passion, your love, your courage, your goals, your dreams, your happiness, yourself. Keep looking. Explore yourself before you explore another. Know your worth. Know yourself. Only then will you know what you need over what you want. You need yourself to become your own. And that is by Rudar at tinybuddha.com. And the daily affirmation here is I forgive those in my life who have wronged me. I deserve to be free from the past. And today, I'm letting myself move on. I am releasing anyone in my life who no longer serves me so that I can create space for the people truly meant to be in my life and a part of my journey. So, my invitation would be I am moving on. That's what I would say. So, one of the things that we're also really focusing on, especially inside of August, is wellness goals. And this is kind of about, setting not just one goal for yourself, but, setting many types of goals on a daily basis for your life, for yourself. So, hope or wish or goal I have for my mind health, hope or wish or goal for my body health, for my spiritual health. And then again, we're always talking about attaching an action. So 3 actions I'm going to attach to my hopes, wishes, and goals this week are. Okay. So at this point, we have our second song for Inspirational. Okay. Again, an opportunity to be present, be mindful, attach an action, writing, doodling, creative reflection, engaging in participation, and as always, practicing unconditional high regard for ourselves and for each other. And also during this time, it's a great opportunity to kind of check out the chat box at this time for any kind of words of encouragement and inspiration for your reflections at the end of the group as well. If you have, any words of encouragement or inspiration that you also want to add inside of, during the group and everything, we always encourage that. All right. So you can also use the time to reflect on how you check out in empowered wellness. So we talked about checking in at the beginning. We always have an opportunity to check out as well. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So again, we kind of then listen to our last song for inspiration, and then we go into, I said a minute, but it was actually less than a minute. Our optional and voluntary checkout. We asked kind of how was the experience for today? How was your experience for today? And for me, kind of doing this video, the overall experience today was phenomenal. I absolutely kind of love doing this video, being able to, get this information out to everybody. Relevance of the material, it's all extremely relevant inside of my wellness and inside of my life. Presenter, he good looking. He good looking. I'm good looking. He good looking. But I may be biased. But I think he's also pretty cool. Hey now. So the most helpful part about today's practice, as well as the least helpful part about today's practice, and what was the key thing you learned during today's practice. And I will say, actually, for me, the key thing that I learned during today's practice was actually how to share my screen as well as share a tab. So I'm able to kind of see myself, my face as well, in addition to kind of seeing the actual the actual screen that I'm sharing for all of you. I learned how to do that. during today's practice, during today's video. So I love that. It's all about, again, that learning experience. And we always ask, did it exceed your expectations? Did it meet your expectations? Were they less than expected? Or if they did not meet your expectations as well? And actually we also, encourage everyone to check out in the way that they want to and need to, and how they're comfortable inside of the chat box as well, if they feel they don't want to do this verbally. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Just thank you for choosing to be a part of this circle of practice. And we always encourage individuals to keep in touch with us, or if they want to share something with us, you can consider emailing virtual@centersforopportunity.org and including your voice in our community. And you can always visit centersforopportunity.org in order to actually stay connected to our virtual services as well. So you can go to centersforopportunity.org and then virtual services or virtual programs on the top of the page. Let me stop sharing here. I'm going to remove this. Oh, there we go. Now we got just me. All right. So that will really about do it for this morning. I want to say a supplement to our daily inspirational morning practice videos. Okay. There are morning inspiration videos that I do. And I really, really hope that you got a lot out of this video. You can always kind of get with me on YouTube here, and you can always kind of email virtual@centersforopportunity.org. As I said, that will about do it for for this video. I will say, don't quit before the miracle happens, my babies. Find ways to keep moving forward, because you are amazing. You are worth it. Let's join hands and do this together. Okay? I'll also say, stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your amazing, huge, big dreams and goals, my friends. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you and your beautiful, you are beautiful. I will see you and your beautiful self in the next video.